after I started using the right techniques of job hunting, the very first call I received was from a recruiting agency talking to me about a job that offered me 98,000 Canadian dollars per annum. And I did not even have to apply for it. They found my profile from an online job site portal and reached out to me. In this video, I will be sharing all the job hunting techniques which did not work for me, the silly mistakes I did, and what strategies actually worked for me in Canada. Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel Canada Life Hacks, where we go full on about ways to make your life in Canada easy peasy. Every one of us migrate to Canada with the hope of landing ourselves quickly in a good job and to make our lives and the life of our loved ones secure. I had pretty much the same thing in my mind when I moved into Canada, but lots of things in here was new to me. And my initial months of job hunting in Canada made me realize that the usual techniques and job hunting strategies I knew I used and what I used to see other people from my country, India, used, none of those techniques actually worked in Canada. Every bit of what you're going to hear in this video is 100% real, true story, and my own experience. Continue watching, and I really hope that this video helps some of you to find your dream job in Canada. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and click the bell icon. I'm working on some very interesting content that would be useful for anybody who is planning to migrate to Canada, and for those of you who have recently migrated to Canada, and I would really love for you to be able to watch them here in my channel. So do subscribe. Job hunting experiences and how quickly you get a job in Canada varies widely from person to person. Some friends of mine have got a job in their very first month in Canada, but there are some people who found a job only after 1 year, and there are some others who resorted to studying in a college after many failed attempts to get through job interviews. And I'm giving you this reality not to freak you out, and if I tell you the reality, it actually helps you to prepare for it and prepare around it. My personal experience was that I had to hunt for jobs for 2 months. In the first month, I did everything wrong. In the second month, I can confidently say that I did everything right. People who migrated to Canada about 30 to 50 years back told me that they used to walk store to store handing over their resumes, asking for job opportunities. And some of them had their pay scale at $4 per hour. Well, I cannot imagine me doing both of those. And today, job hunting is a combination of leveraging human relationships, the people, and pleasing the ATS, the Applicant Tracking System, a software that filters your resume based on the job requirements or descriptions. Your resume will reach the hands of somebody in that company only if the ATS sends it through. More than 95% of Fortune 500 companies and plenty of small companies uses an ATS software to streamline their recruiting process. And 75% of the resumes received in one company never reaches human hands, never reaches anybody in that company is because ATS rejects them. My resume undoubtedly was rejected by the ATS in my first 30 days of job hunting. You know why I say that with utmost confidence? Because I never received any calls and also got plenty of rejection emails. Rejection emails are by heart to me now. Thank you for your application. Mercy for both the candidates. Unfortunately, we have decided to proceed with other candidates. Please feel free to review our positions at blah 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 website link. Thank you again for giving us the opportunity to consider you for employment, and please accept our best wishes for success in your job search. It is an automatic response being sent by the software, and now you know how many rejection emails I had received. I had over 8 years of work experience, 5 years experience working in a software sector. I knew over 8 tools. I had a PMP certification. My IELTS score was 8. My CLB was 10, but still, my resume was rejected many times. Do you know what I was doing wrong all the time? 2 things. Just 2 mistakes. 1. My resume. My resume had lots of things to be changed. I will tell all those errors soon. 2. Second mistake, being introverted. I never bothered to connect with or reach out to strangers. Let's start with the basics. The common job sites everybody here uses are Indeed.ca and LinkedIn. There, of course, are other websites like ziprecruiter.com, glassdoor.ca, monster.ca, the job bank, but frankly, these two sites, Indeed and LinkedIn, are more than enough. Most of the jobs that you see on other websites will be on these two sites anyway. Now, your resume has to get through the ATS, irrespective of whichever site you choose. Let's get to the common mistakes I made in my resume. First one, I had a 3-page resume. Aaj push English vari kore tej nalla kinnanga resume. When I moved into Canada, I concised it to a 2-page resume and I thought, kya baat hai? Kya baat hai? Kya baat hai? First mistake. Anybody with less than 10 years of experience, I urge you to have only a 1-page resume if you are job hunting in Canada. In India, it works different. The longer your resume, the more impressive you become. But I started receiving at least 5 calls out of every 10 resumes that I sent after I changed my 2-page resume to a single page. The second mistake I did was that I styled my resume to please the eye of the human. My resume looked like a fine dining experience at a Michelin star setup. I had a detailed 2 to 3-page resume. I had fancy tables that listed my educational degree. I had abbreviations in my resume. I had social media links, hyperlinked. I used fancy fonts with the hope that my resume would be standing out. Keywords in my resume did not match keywords in the job description. You do all of these, it's a confirmed rejection by the Applicant Tracking System itself. So when I realized my mistakes, I was quick to correct. My magic winning 1-page resume looked very different from the previous one. So here is a template of my magic winning 1-page Canadian resume, and it looked like this. So it had a summary section with just 5 to 6 bullet points, which are key highlights about my professional experience. It included the title of the job I was applying for and the years of experience I had handling those responsibilities in particular. I also mentioned the types of clients I had handled and the industries I had worked for, and other sections I included were core competencies, professional experience with job responsibilities I handled, educational qualifications, and volunteer activities. So the mantra is keep it short and sweet to a single page. No fancy tables, graphs, or charts. No abbreviations. If you want to list MBA under the educational qualification, use Master of Business Administration in the bracket MBA instead of just the MBA abbreviation. Add no links, no fancy fonts, Times New Roman 11, Arial 11, Calibri 11 are good. Use keywords from job description and save the file in a compatible file type. PDF is always the best. One thing that I've found Canadian employers specifically love are the tools you know. So be generous to list the different tools you know or is familiar with. Since I had a background in social media management software, project management, and software training, I listed tools like Sprinkler, Hootsuite, Salesforce, HubSpot, Zendesk, Wrike, Confluence, Photoshop Illustrator, Microsoft Excel, and so on. Another thing that showcases your expertise are the certifications you have. List 1 or 2 global certifications, PMP Certified Project Manager, Sprinkler Certified Advanced Administrator, etc. were few certifications I included in mine. Again, include only if you have any such certifications. If not, it is fine. There are other ways to step up. You could mention the type of customers you have dealt with or the team size you have managed. So these sections and such key highlights will help your resume stand out and get through the ATS. One important thing you should know is that when you are framing the core content of your resume and the responsibilities you have had in your previous role, include words from the job description. Do not send the same resume to all employers. Customize every single resume to suit the words in the job description of each of them. Do not copy and paste, but adopt keywords from the JD and build your resume with those keywords. The higher the keywords, the higher the chances of your resume getting through the ATS. I used a website called as JobScan to ensure that the keywords in my resume had at least 95% matched to the job description. JobScan website was so worth it, and the best part with JobScan is that it gives you suggestions to improve the matching score. So when I first uploaded my resume, I think I had about 28% match, and from there I could increase it to 95% and 98%, and it was such a success. So those were the changes I made to my resume, and it definitely went through the ATS. I started receiving calls from many companies. And apart from revamping my resume, I broke my comfort zone and started writing to my friends' alumni groups in Canada, HR professionals, hiring managers, and recruiting agencies. Check on LinkedIn if the hiring manager for the particular role that you're wanting has somebody you know in their LinkedIn connection. Request whoever you know to put in a referral for you. Initially, it was very difficult for me to start the conversation, but they were all very warm and nice. Many of them referred me to their companies. So don't hesitate to reach out. You don't lose anything if you ask. So just don't hold yourself back when you might be this close getting a job. So once I started doing that, many friends and even HR professionals started sharing open positions that suited my resume. They put me through interviews, and I'm not sure if you know it or not, hiring managers and HR professionals have their own community groups and pages. They help each other. And many recruiting agencies have sister concerns with which candidates' database is shared. So I had shared my resume with one recruiting agency in Toronto, and another agency called me for a different position and mentioned that they got my contact from the other agency. So make a kick-ass resume, break your comfort zone, reach out to people, introduce yourself, get things going. Job hunting is like a full-time job. Invest time in it and don't give up. Also, keep an eye open to know what might not be working. Change the techniques you're using, shift your gears, and wear the strategies. It is always easy to correct when you discover what went wrong. But don't keep on doing the same thing when you know it is not working. Once your resume gets through the ATS, you start getting interview calls. There are many resources online that helps you to prepare for interviews. Your charisma and personality all makes a good impact. But one thing that I've personally found is that your chances of getting a job offer, I'm not talking about job interview, I'm talking about a job offer. So your chances of getting a job offer is higher if you have had previous experience in the same role or experience in a different role but with similar responsibilities. For example, I had experiences in project management, learning and development, professional services, so my chances of being considered for a job offer would be higher if I apply for related jobs like project coordinator, assistant project manager, software training, learning and development coordinator, technical writing, implementations consultant, and so on. Another tip when selecting the jobs to apply for from the job sites, it's to search not the titles or the designation or the positions. Search as per the tools you know or certifications you have. For example, one tool that I know inside out is Sprinkler. So when I log into one of those job sites, let's say Indeed.ca, what I would do is to go to the search bar and type in the word Sprinkler. Immediately, all potential job opportunities suited for people who know Sprinkler tool is listed. Likewise, another keyword that I would search for is PMP. So that would list all vacancies looking for individuals with a PMP certifications. I fall into that category. So don't just search and apply randomly in these job sites looking at the title alone, because job titles differ from company to company and from industry to industry. So what we call as team lead in one company can be project coordinator in another company. What we call as technical writer in one company can be documentation specialist in another company. I wouldn't say don't search at all using the title. What I meant is the opportunity that is right for you might be displayed or packaged under a different name. So search jobs in job sites using keywords, tool names, certifications, and so on. All it takes is one right employer. You just need to get to that one person. It could be your 50th resume, but you have to send 49 resumes before that to get to that 50th one. If you give up on the 49th, you wouldn't know what would have happened if you had sent out one more resume. So persist in doing what you're doing if you know you are doing all the right things. Just don't give up. Canada has many opportunities in all sectors. That pretty much wraps up this video. Whatever I have told you in this video is what I had applied in my job hunting phase, and it really worked for me. Please leave me your comments and give this video a like if you found some value in it. Subscribe to my channel and share this with your friends who might be going through a job hunting phase in Canada. And also let me know when you get a job in Canada. Nothing more fulfilling than that. Good luck to you all. Bye-bye.